This is going to be a short video today. I'm just going to talk a little bit about NZDJPY and what I see about this currency pair. I see a shorting opportunity and I'm going to show you exactly what I see. Let's jump into the charts. Here we see NZDJPY. What I do is, first of all, I draw a trend line here, connecting the wicks in the top. We see that we have had 1, 2, and that we probably go for a third touch here. Trend lines alone is not good enough to take trades, but it's when you combine things with other things, you start to get the power of trend lines that it might really bounce at the trend line or break the trend line. It depends on what you see. These black lines here are the average daily range. That is how much the price moves on average. Then we have the average weekly range, which is the blue lines, AWR. And what I see here now is average weekly range high, which is this one. Average weekly range low is this one. But we're moving from this, where the week started yesterday, to up here. And it lines up perfectly with this trend line. So this gives me a little more confidence that, okay, we might not move higher than this trend line if the weekly range is respected. We might move a little bit up and a little bit down. We don't know exactly if it's gonna touch the trend line or not, but around this area, we have a shorting opportunity. If we then combine this with Fibonacci retracement from this high to this low, which is a swing, we go back here and we see that 0.618, which is a number that price often reacts at. But again, Fibonacci retracement alone is not good enough tool to take trades. But what we see now is that around this area, 1, we have a trend line that is going for a third touch. 2, we have a 0.618 Fibonacci retracement. And 3, we have the average weekly range high. So all these 3 things together gives me confidence to short this. I don't know if it's exactly gonna be on the trend line, but when price moves here to the trend line, whether it's here or here or here, I don't know, but where price comes to the trend line, I'm gonna short it, and I'm gonna short around 50% of this range here. So around this area here, this is gonna be my target, 50 or 40, so maybe a little less, and I'm gonna do 1 to 5 risk reward. So this is basically how my trade will look like, more or less. If price breaks this trend line, I don't know if you have seen on TikTok. But I show a lot on TikTok my trades that I use when I break and retest of trend line. When price breaks the trend line, like this, if price comes up, breaks the trend line, it more often than not comes down to retest the break level of the trend line, which is this horizontal level. So if price goes up there and it comes down, it often comes down to this area. So if we break this trend line, I'm gonna have a shorting opportunity as well, depending on where the average daily range are. I'm not gonna make you confused, but if this is the average range and price now today do something like this, because now we have reached the average range for today, so it's probable that it's going down from here. So let's say price goes down here, then tomorrow it goes up. Then we can know pretty much how far, but we see that tomorrow. But if price then moves up, this is the range. If we then go to this low, we will come up somewhere at this area. So if we break the trend line and go up to this area, I'm gonna short it as well, and I'm gonna short it down to the break level, which will then be here. If price goes up here to the average daily range high, I'm gonna short it down here. It's gonna be a short trade with pretty short stop loss, but it's worth taking the risk, to me at least, because I tested this strategy and it works very good. I also have a video somewhere up here where you can have a look at this strategy, where I go through how I do this strategy. So yeah, this is what I will do. I will trade this short from here if it goes to a trend line, if it bounces, if it goes up a bit above, not just a few pips, but more above, maybe half my stop loss, I will close the trade probably, and then wait for it to reach the average daily range high, and then I will short it again. down to the break level of the trend line. Possibly I will keep the trade and have a stop loss down here somewhere, or even further. We'll see about that, but I don't predict, I react. So depending on what happens, I close, open, depending on the momentum, etc. So yeah, this was a short video on NZDJPY. I hope this gave some value to you, and if you trade this, trade it on your own risk. Don't hold me liable for it, because this is just me giving you some information on how I will trade, and do whatever you want with the information, but do not blame me if you lose money. Okay, until the next one, peace.
If you like this video, consider liking the video. Press the like button, come on! And if you like more of this, and you subscribe.
No, what the fuck.